ways, we got a great personality. But it's my great pleasure to love this great man. Here's DrTPS, straight scientist, and he's an author. And let me give you Mr. Buddhi. DrTPS, Dr. Kumar. I'm in mathematics, I'm field, and PhD in radiation, and LLB, MBA, HR Knowledge Management, MS Psychotherapy and Counseling, FBMS Mumbai. Scientist, Department of Space, Secondary. Writer, educationist, public speaker, science communicator, speech director, life skill trainer, psychotherapist. Author of Life of Love. 21 Delhi points. Former Director, UGC Academic Staff College, Calgary University, Kerala. Scientist, Space Application Center, Ahmedabad. Scientist, Program Training and Project Management, Doctorate ISRO Headquarters, Bangalore. Head Lab Training, Data Acquisition, Actual and Production at Agri, Secondary. And we understand who is here, right? Ajay introduced this person to us, in fact. They had to Mr. Ajay. Ajay, please stand up. Ajay, we have got a very good personality, an evident personality, excellent personality. Matralla, Nanu Pond, attending the that time. The words and the voice reflected our great personality. He has been creating a new generation the last some years for the betterment of our society. When you get such persons on the podium, listen to them, very seriously, because they speak the truth, absolute truth. What is the right? Points will note you. He has consented to speak for the next half an hour. Half an hour, we will making the training. I was learning from him by sitting by him as a child. Great personalities, experience, the cream of knowledge, the gist of knowledge. The quintessence of knowledge, invaluable. Gratitude is the memory of the heart. That's a great thing. And he has consented to come and talk to you and share with us. So, all of you stand up. Welcome this great gentleman of our country. So, please welcome him.
Namaskaram. Yeah, that's it. Great. When you say Namaskaram, saying back Namaskaram is the Bharatiya Samskaram. I'm not a great man. I'm trying to learn as much as I can. And I happen to be very close to Trichu. My wife house is in Iringaragada. And I am from Kannur. So Kerala is close to me, my heart. I was a student in Cochin University. So I've been in Kerala for long. I wanted to be in Kerala for some time, and that's why I tried to be part of Calicut University as director for Academic Staff College. Kerala politics is too bad, so I had to leave this place. It was again for good because I was in Cabinet Secretariat as Principal Director for 3 years on deputation. I was an IG of police for 2 years. Not being a policeman, I was heading police department. And in 2 years I felt that's not my place because I hardly see anybody in my office. People don't even come to me. They have to pass many people to come to my place. So I thought, I'm not having any taste in that, so I left. But it was nice that I was in Delhi for 2 years because I could write 2 books, and 2 more books are on my workshop. Because when you don't meet people, you have to write. That's what Vivekananda says. I was lecturing for last 10 years or so, maybe spoke to more than 6 lakhs of students, more than 2 lakhs of teachers. That's my start. Visited more than 500 institutions, maybe 130 schools in Kerala itself. Spoke to most of the well-known schools in Kerala, many of the colleges in the same city itself. St. Mary's College, Kerala Varma College, St. Thomas College, Vimala College. And you name all the famous colleges, I must have gone there at least to talk either on Malayalam or on computer science or on English or on mathematics or on BA training centers on teaching methods. I find most of the subjects are very easy once you become master of one subject. Okay, so that's a passion which I have. And regarding language and communication, I believe anybody can learn any language, especially Kerala. എല്ലാ സൗത്ത് ഇന്ത്യൻ ലാംഗ്വേജും ഓൾമോസ്റ്റ് സെയിം ആണ്. അവിടെ ഇവിടെ എവിടെ അങ്ങേ ഇങ്ങേ അങ്ങേ അല്ലി ഇല്ലി അല്ലി അക്കടെ ഇക്കടെ ഇക്കടെ അവിടെ ഇവിടെ ഇവിടെ ഇതർ ഉദർ കിതർ എല്ലാ ലാംഗ്വേജും സൗത്ത് ഇന്ത്യൻ ലാംഗ്വേജസും ഹിന്ദി. And English, yeah, I started teaching English when I was in maybe +2 or that time. I taught Rannan Martin in 1981. I was teaching BCom students the English grammar textbook, Rannan Martin grammar book. That's where I started learning. But I found that most of the time it's not the communication skill or English or the Malayalam which matters. നമുക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും മലയാളം നന്നായിട്ട് സംസാരിക്കാൻ അറിയാം. But how many of you can come to the stage and then present an idea about something for half an hour? So we have in Bharatiya Shastram എഡ്യൂക്കേഷൻ്റെ ഗോഡസ് ആരാണ്? സരസ്വതിയാണ്. സരസ്വതിയുടെ ഹസ്ബൻഡ് ആരാണ്? ബ്രഹ്മാവ് എന്തിന്റെ ഭഗവാനാണ്? സൃഷ്ടി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ സൃഷ്ടി ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ എന്ത് വേണം? സൃഷ്ടി വേണമെങ്കിൽ ക്രിയേറ്റിവിറ്റി ഇല്ല. അപ്പോൾ ക്രിയേറ്റിവിറ്റി ഉള്ളവർക്ക് സൃഷ്ടി ഉണ്ടാക്കാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. സോ ഇഫ് യു ഹാവ് ക്രിയേറ്റിവിറ്റി യു ക്യാൻ പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് സംതിങ്, you can discover something, you can research something, you can invent something. That comes only when you have got creativity inside you. And creativity is always with education. That's why Brahma's wife is education minister. Okay, so if you learn more, automatically you can be creative. Assume you learn and don't be creative. That means you are keeping only Saraswati with you, but not a Brahma. Brahma will take Saraswati away. Okay, so you have education, but you don't be creative, you will not have that education with you. And you cannot be creative without education. That's true if you consider all the other goddesses and gods also. Okay, if you talk about Vishnu, what is Vishnu's portfolio in Hinduism? Maintenance. Okay, so maintenance requires money. Yes sir. So who is the wife of Vishnu? Lakshmi. Lakshmi is the goddess of money. So if you keep money and without doing anything, then money will go, right? So you can't store money without having activity. So you must have activity. So always you can see the traditional Indian knowledge had a lot of aspects of how to live, where to live and all that. So I bring a lot of Eastern philosophy into my classes. That's the only difference which I have. Just talk about communication skill. To whom you communicate maximum? To whom you communicate maximum? Friends? How many of you agree that you communicate to your friends maximum? Please raise your hands. Family members? Ourselves. And your communication to yourself happen from where to where? Where is your mind? Where is mind? Is it thoughts? Where is mind? Where does it happen? Brain, heart. I'm hearing lot of translations right now. മലയാളത്തിൽ പറഞ്ഞ എന്തിലാണ്? മനസ്സെന്താണ്? അതാണോ മൈൻഡ്? മനസ്സാണോ മൈൻഡ്? മനസ്സാണോ ബുദ്ധി? മൈൻഡാണോ ബുദ്ധി? It's confusing. Generally it's confusing. That confusion is one of my poetry there. The poet gets a heart attack and I am taken to a hospital and the doctor says we will do a open heart surgery. I said, don't open my heart, there are a lot of secrets inside. It's as simple as that. Because we get confused by saying heart. കേരളത്തിൽ ഹാർട്ട് അല്ല കേട്ടോ. കേരളത്തിൽ ഏറ്റവും പ്രാധാന്യമുള്ള സാധനം എന്താ? ലിവറാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് കരളി എൻ്റെ കരളി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് എല്ലാ പാട്ടും. വേറെ ലോകത്തിന്റെ ഏത് ഭാഗത്തും കരളിന് പ്രാധാന്യമില്ല, കേരളത്തിൽ മാത്രമേ ഉള്ളൂ. That's because the liver, we don't call liver എൻ്റെ liver എന്നൊക്കെ ലിവറിലാണ് കെമിസ്ട്രി ഉണ്ടാവുക. The whole body works with the chemistry which you manufacture in your liver. ദേഷ്യം പിടിക്കുന്നതും കെമിസ്ട്രിയാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ദേഷ്യം പിടിക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് your cheek starts vibrating, your face become reddish and sometimes your hands start functioning. Okay, that's all because of the chemistry. And if your chemistry, if you can control, your interpersonal relationships are controlled. Chemistry control ചെയ്യാൻ വളരെ എളുപ്പം. You know the methods? You don't know? Okay, you should know. Go to a bar, change your chemistry, one peg. As simple as that. You can see somebody who sits in a corner, you give him one peg, he starts giving lectures. You become the best communicator. Somebody who keeps on talking, you give him one peg, he keeps in a corner. So you can change the chemistry. Actually, the chemistry change is what makes people to react in different style. But that chemistry reacts because you take breath. And you take water. I was asking one doctor pair who was traveling with me from Trichy to Hyderabad some time back. When you reach Nellore in the morning, that's a time when breakfast comes. Earlier there was no pantry car, so we have to wait for the station to come. And they did not bring any breakfast. The husband was asking why you did not take breakfast and start preaching. And they were all feeling very hungry. And I asked them, as a doctor, you tell me what to be done if you feel hungry. They must give some answer for this, right? Doctors never learn how to take care of your hungry. They only take care of your disease. But traditionally, I am from an Ayurvedic family. We know how to take care of people different, not on illness, but on health part. So jokingly, the doctor said, you drink water. And I asked the doctor, why do people drink water? He said, out of syllabus question, don't ask us this. MBBS syllabus, they don't teach people why people drink water. They only tell you to drink water when you take tablets, okay? That's the only thing. They know only that much. What I'm trying to say is, most of the time, our knowledge is part by part without knowing the total. The water which you drink and the oxygen which you breathe is taking care of the chemistry which you have. That chemistry is what is making you to react, even to speak, even to take my dictionary out and then put them together. And all the words comes from where? From the buddhi. I don't use the word mind because mind is confusing again. Heart is confusing. So does it come from my buddhi? Yes, sir. Does your words comes from buddhi? Yes? When you drive, do you use your buddhi? When you drive, do you use your buddhi? When you go home, do you use your buddhi for walking? No. Why? Because it's casual, right? No? But driving, you are not casual. Is it true? A good driver is very casual. See, if you're a new driver who was planning to drive or learning to drive, when somebody talks from back, you will say, no, keep quiet, no, I cannot drive, I cannot concentrate. But if you're a good driver, you can play music and then even do tabla when you are steering and then start driving. Right? No? So if you're a good driver, you don't use your brain to drive. It becomes casual for you. When you get angry, the words comes from not from buddhi, it comes from manas. Yes or no? That's why when somebody gets angry, they'll say, 100 times I told you, no? 100 പ്രാവശ്യം പറഞ്ഞതാണ് ഞാൻ ഇങ്ങനെ ചെയ്യാം. 100 പ്രാവശ്യം പറഞ്ഞു. എത്ര പ്രാവശ്യം പറഞ്ഞു? ഒരു പ്രാവശ്യം പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ളൂ. പക്ഷെ ഈ 1ഉം 100ഉം തമ്മിലുള്ള വ്യത്യാസം മനസ്സിനറിയില്ല, ബുദ്ധിക്ക് അറിയില്ല. This learning logic is only in buddhi but not in manas. But when we get angry, the words comes from manas. When you have a desire, the words comes from manas. Manasinu desire ഉണ്ട്, feelings ഉണ്ട്, but it has no logic. മനസ്സിന് എപ്പോഴും ഡിസയർ ഉള്ളൂ, അത് വേണം ഇത് വേണം എന്ന് പറയും, ഐസ്ക്രീം വേണം എന്ന് പറയും. ആരാ പറയാ? ബുദ്ധി അല്ല പറയണം, മനസ്സാ പറയണം. ആൻഡ് മനസ് റിയാക്ട് ത്രൂ യുവർ ഇന്ദ്രിയാസ്. കാണുന്നത് വേണമെന്നേ പറയൂ, കാണാത്ത സാധനം വേണമെന്ന് പറയില്ല. കേൾക്കുന്നത് വേണമെന്നേ പറയൂ, മണമുള്ളപ്പോഴേ വേണമെന്ന് പറയൂ. മസാല വടയുടെ മണം, പരിപ്പ് വടയുടെ മണം. ഇപ്പൊ എന്താ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞത്? ഇപ്പൊ എന്താ പറഞ്ഞത്? പരിപ്പ് വടയുടെ മണം. നിങ്ങളുടെ മനസ്സിലൊക്കെ ഇപ്പൊ പരിപ്പ് വട ഉണ്ടല്ലേ? ഷേപ്പ് വന്നില്ലേ? Did I give you the shape? Did I show you the shape? I did not show you the shape, but the smell and the word you relate and you make your own shape, right now? So once you have one indriya active, other indriya becomes automatically active. And that software which process this activity in your body is called manas. Software cannot be seen. So manas cannot be seen. But software cannot do anything without retrieving data. You require data to be retrieved. നിങ്ങളുടെ മനസ്സിൽ പരിപ്പോടി ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു? It was not there. But once I said പരിപ്പുവട, what happened? The software started functioning. It retrieved the picture, it retrieved the smell, and then took it out to your software. So what happens? Before you said yes, it was the communication, right? No? പരിപ്പോടി ഇഷ്ടമാണോ? Yes എന്ന് പറയുന്ന സമയത്ത് എന്തൊക്കെയാ സംഭവിക്കണം അറിയോ? You are using one word yes, but how many millions of chemical reactions happens inside your body before saying yes? Because it starts pulling up the picture, seeing what is paripuvada, and then oh okay, this I know, I like it. Samosa ishtano? Ishtano. Pizza ishtano? Cutlet ishtano? Chapochu ishtano? So you started thinking, there is nothing like that. The word came from me and I just asked something. Because you don't have the shape with you. You don't have the shape with you. When you listened, it took that message to your brain, started taking the dictionary, whether there is something called a chapochu. Oh, nothing is there. It's as simple as that. The software goes and checks the data structure and nothing is there, no file there. It says that no, I don't know this. And answer this, I don't know. So, brain cannot give message to your output input devices. All Panchendriyas are the output input devices. It can only react through the software called manas. Okay, so each word comes from manas. Vak, mana. Vak, mana. Vak varunathu manasannanu. Vak, mana. And where does the mind gets this? Either what you have seen or heard or smelled or touched or tasted. Or you will mix many things and then make your own creative. Now many things you must not have seen in your life, but you can imagine. Right now? And that creates problems sometimes. Most of the time, it doesn't matter anymore. That's how people are, and we are imaginative. So as imaginative we are. Now if I tell you chapochu is almost like pizza, now you started imagining the shape, right? No, so that capability we only have, no animals have, and we are good in that. Vak, mana, chakshu, srotra, grana, jihwaredo, buddhyagriti, sankalpame, shuddhyanta. Vak, mana. If the word has to be very clean, your mind has to be clean. From the clean mind only clean words will come. So what you should do today? Go back home, buy 1 kilogram of Vim powder and a brush, start cleaning. Right? No, the mind has to be clean, the manas have to be clean. And how do the manas become clean? Only when chakshu is clean. So since you cannot see the manas, what you should do? Eye drops. Clean your manas. Instead of that, clean your chakshu. Shrotra, grana, jihwaredo, buddhyagriti, sankalpame, shuddhyanta. I have to clean all the other spare parts in my body so that I will become very clean. It's not that easy. The more cleaner you are, Each word what you spell will be good. And every person is evaluated as he says, I don't know how good I am, but he says that I am good. On the speech, on the discussion, on the talk, you can assess people. You know, Vivekananda once was walking on the street of America, and he had a very peculiar way of dressing up, right? No? Nobody else in the world have got that sort of a dress. And then some hippies in American street started pulling his turban. So he turned back and asked, he has a fabulous English, fantastic English. He turned back and asked, why gentlemen, why you are pulling my turban? They never expected from these sort of a Saffron Sami such a fantastic English. And they said, oh, you speak good English. We never thought you were a gentleman. And the answer given was, in your land, which land? In their land, a tailor makes a gentleman. In our land, culture makes a gentleman. So we say, it doesn't matter how do you dress up. Probably it matters in personality development when you present. When I go to my official programs, I am supposed to wear coat, tie and all that, you know. So when we go to office, we have a decorum. But we go to different places, we have a different style of presenting ourselves. It's a must. But traditionally, we don't believe in all this. What we believe is, your word is being assessed for your quality. I don't know how many of you listen to the radio mornings. There used to be some slokas which are being taught when I was a small young boy. I used to listen to that. Keyuranina bhushayanti purusham harana chandrojjalam nasnanam na kusumam na vilepanam etc. etc. It says vak bhushanam bhushanam. Keyuranina bhushayanti purusham harana chandrojjalam. Whether you wear lot of haram, lot of ornaments, whether you put lot of flowers on, the ladies put lot of flowers, whether you take bath or not, doesn't matter. All that doesn't matter. What matters is vak bhushanam bhushanam. Nice words you must tell. If your words are good, then you are a good person. If your words are not good, let you wear the best dress. Will people attract you? You can hold them for a moment, but they will go away as fast as they can. If you have good words, you can attract people. So nice, good words should come. That comes only from the nice manas. And that will not happen because most of the time we are logically thinking, but not from the mind, from manas. Logically we start thinking. All process is being controlled by the brain most of the time. Nelson Mandela says, you cannot have good buddhi, good brain, good manas and good buddhi together. You cannot have good brain and a good mind. One of that only you can have. And when we learn psychology, we learn two types of psychology. One, human psychology is divided into two. One, Gen psychology and lady psychology. Ladies are good with the heart. They have a lot of feeling. They start crying sometimes very fast. And they also start smiling very fast. They have a lot of feeling. They feel like going home, taking, hugging, all that kissing and all that they feel. But gens, they don't have feeling. They believe or they think that they have buddhi. Okay, they think that they have buddhi. And these mix will not happen. That's the most problem in the family life and all that. What happens is the wife will say, I want to go home and meet my mother. Husband will look at the pocket and say, not this month, next month we will go together. No. And next month he says, you go. And some politicians go to Guruvayur and the end of the month, so the 2 months job is over. Like that, they will send on 30th and say, come back on last. So both are done. So I think it's human being uses brain more and less of heart. So one of my poetry is that undivided earth, in which I imagine that the whole world, all the human being vanished all on a sudden one day. Only human being, nothing else. What will happen? All the car will start hitting, right? No? Accident. There is no driver there. It just goes. Or it may not drive. Or the flights will go. It stops. Something will hit each other and burn. Refineries will start burning because there is nobody to control. All the ships will start sinking sometime or hitting somewhere and something will happen. And what will happen to these places? You are not there. And the Pearl Regency, every room, the ants will start coming. Right now? The bees will start flying here and there. And after some time, dogs will start climbing here. And then all the other animals will start taking this place. And then after a few years, the whole building will start collapsing. And then you will have a mountain here, another mountain on the other building side, and all roads will become rivers. Yes or no? So you will have only mountains and valleys, and all the trees will become untrimmed. It starts growing as it wants. But now we start trimming them. No? So that will not happen. And that time, God, please give me another birth where there is no survey number, no gate, no. And then let me also live in this world with no boundaries, with more of heart and less of buddhi. If you have more buddhi, most of the time we become too logical and we don't enjoy our life. Assume God appears in front of you. All of you pray at least sometime, just before problems. Okay. Now, by mistake, God appears in front of you and asks you, what is that you want? What you will ask? Let me ask you this question. What you will ask? You have never thought about it. You never expect Him in your life, right? But by mistake, He comes tomorrow morning when you pray, or day after tomorrow. You don't know when He is going to come. You are not prepared. But exactly now, if He comes in front of you, what you will ask? What is that you want?
Peace and health.
Pardon?
Peace and health.
Louder.
Peace and health.
Only one. Don't become. What is that you want? Peaceful. You want to be peaceful? How many of you want to be peaceful in this world? You tell me. Raise your hands. It's given. You leave all your property and go to Himalaya. I will give you an ashram where you can live there. You want to be peaceful? How many of you want to be peaceful? Only peace, nothing else. All these troubles you don't have to take if you want to be peaceful. What is that you want? You don't want peace. What is that you want? You want to be in pieces. How many of you want to be happy? Just happy, nothing else. Just happy, all the time happy. Whatever happens here, be happy. You want to be like that? You can see them on the street, and sometime somebody will take them and send to Kudirevattam also. Just being happy is madness. Learn this. What else could be the other option? So the God will declare you are mad. That's enough. As simple as that. You tell me what else you want. Pardon? You are a human being. You have a doubt. You should ask what you are not or what you don't have. Eh? I'm sure all of you are lying yourself. No. Everybody does puja with a specific purpose. Vairagya siddhyartham samarpayami. That's what the chanting says, okay? Vairagya siddhyartham samarpayami. I am giving this for vairagyam. I don't want anything. That's what every chanting says. But as soon as God appears, because in the puja, I learned Tantra Shastra. So when you invite God, before inviting, we will say Vairagya siddhyartham samarpayami. I don't want anything, therefore I am inviting you. The God will come. As soon as you come, you give your education request, you give your file moving request, you give your money request. Every puja is for a purpose. You tell me how this is. Yes. And what are the purposes? There are only 3 things people want in this world. You don't know that? Money. Tell me frankly, what is that you want? Money. Tell me money. What is that you want? Money. And knowledge. And power. Power is for what? Being famous. Correct? No, the more powerful you are, you become that famous. There are only 3 requirements in this world, nothing else. You can categorize any requirement into 3: learning, earning, and being famous. You know which Grantha says this? These are the modern management lessons. But let us go back to again the Indian tradition. How many of you have seen the Vishnu Sahasranamam textbook? At least heard chanting sometime. In this lesson is there. Have you seen that sometime? The Dhyana slogam you have: Vedandago Brahmanaha Kshatriyo Vijayi Bhavet Vaishyo Dhana Samardha Shudra Sukham Apniyat. Vedandago Brahmanaha, a Vedandi who want knowledge. He is a Brahmin. The categorization of the people is not based on whether you have taken birth for a Brahmin family, whether you have cross belt or not. I don't have any cross belt. Okay, I am not a Brahmin. Vedandago Brahmanaha. If you have knowledge, learning, if your Uttar Pradesh is working, this is Uttar Pradesh, okay, where learning and teaching happens only here. Does it happen somewhere else? So only here. If your Uttar Pradesh is working, you are a Brahmin. Okay? Vedanta go Brahmana. Kshatriyo Vijayi Bhavet. Kshatriya, when you say what we say, power? Maru Virikana. So this is the place where you are a Kshatriya. Your fighting comes from here. You are a Kshatriya here. I am a Brahmin here. I am a Kshatriya here. And we are family. So we belong to Kshatriya family traditionally. So this is Kshatriya. And Vaishya, this is the place for Vaishya, the stomach place. And Shudra Sukhamapnya. Shudra always work. So he is on his foot all the time. Shudra Sukhamapnya. Only Shudra will become happy. Because they have no bank balance. The casual laborers, do they have a bank balance? Do they learn anything? Are they famous? No, but they are happy. You know why? Morning till evening they work and evening they are happy. That's how it is. So you don't have to be by birth something, but you can become all this. And no human being in this world is either a Brahmin or a Kshatriya or a Vaishya. You are a mixture of all this. You are a mixture of all this. Sometimes you are this, sometimes you are this, sometimes you are something else. So in your life, plan not being very famous, not being educated. The highest education also is useless for you unless you don't do anything. PhD is the best degree what people can expect, not more than that, right? PhD itself is permanent head damage, perspiration, humiliation and degradation. You become totally useless in this world. Only knowing one subject in this world is useless. You must know every subject what are possible. To live in this world, you must know many things. And you must be a mixture of all these knowledges. And every one of us have got good brain. Do you think your brain is not good and somebody else's brain is very good? How many of you feel you are great? You tell me that. Really great. Really brilliant. Very smart. Yes or no?
Yes.
Half or not?
Yes.
Full.
Yes.
Lift your hands up.
Yes.
Good, great. I'm seeing first time somebody said it could be because of his training. See, the first poetry which I have is each one of us take birth when millions of your father's sperm get into the mother's egg. Millions of sperms. How many sperms? Louder, yeah. Millions of sperms. And only one sperm take birth. And who is that? Me. Tell me. Each one of you, right now? Each one of us.
Yes.
Millions of sperms do not get birth and only one person takes birth. And that's me. And how many sperms you fought with to take birth? Millions of sperms. And who are those millions of sperms? Unborn brothers and sisters. To take birth, you fought with millions of your unborn brothers and sisters. And they were your closest relatives. You don't have a relative better than that in your life. Because they are your partners to start with. And you fought all of them and you became successful. Are you not successful?
Yes.
This much only?
Yes.
Yes. So lift your hands up, take it back and say well done. Each one of us should pat ourselves and say well done. Let nobody congratulate you in this world, but you must start feeling, yes, I am done well. I am great. And how many of you feel this world where you are living, India, is great? Only 2, 3, 4 comments. Himalayam samarabhya yavat Hindusarovaram tam deva nirmitam desham Hindustanam prachakshate. Himalayam samarabhya, from Himalaya, the down portion. Samarabhya yavat Hindusarovaram, up to Hindusarovaram, the down portion, Indian Ocean. From Himalaya to Indian Ocean. Yavat Hindusarovaram tam deva nirmitam desham. This is created by God. Himalayam samarabhya yavat Hindusarovaram tam deva nirmitam desham Hindustanam prachakshate. The definition is that. You know why is it called Hindustan? It's because of this. Now you have got Mahabharata, the biggest epic in the world. Not in India, the biggest epic in the world. And there are two people there fighting. One is Dharmaputra, another one is Duryodhana. And Dharmaputra is Dharmaputra and Duryodhana is Adharmaputra. Right now? They studied in the same school. They took birth in the same palace. Cousin brothers only, right? They took birth in the same palace studied with the same professor, but one became good, one became bad. Why? When you read Mahabharata, this is what you should think. This is what you should look at. Because it's a lesson for each one of us. It's not just a story for us. It's a lesson for us to pick up from that. Just because 2-3 reasons are there. One reason is, one of his father was not, that doesn't matter, but mother took care of the kids, right? In the other case, what happened? The father was blind. And what the mother did? Mother also pretended to be blind. If father is blind, what mother should do? Open the eye. Instead of that, what she did? Close the eyes. So what will happen? If father and mother are blind, and most of the fathers and mothers are blind in this world, right? It's all symbolic. Most of the fathers, as soon as they leave their gate, they forget their family. It's true. Only mothers will carry family along with them wherever they go. You ask any lady working in an office, another lady working in an office, whenever they get little bit of time, what they will discuss? Family matters only. Two gents together, when they discuss, what they will discuss? Political matters only. Because all gents and ladies, no, at home at least they are not like that. In the office they are like that. But at home also you should take that decision. I will take only political decisions in the world, and you take all family decisions. Then there is no fighting in the house also. We have a contract. The husband and wife should have a contract. But they should decide. All the home affairs you decide. I will decide who will become president of America. The rest of the things, what happens in the world, I will decide. Then there will be no fighting in the world. Generally, this father is blind, mother is blind, the kid will become bad. Why? Because the kid will go with a bad company. Who was the company for Dharmaputra? Lord Krishna. Who was the company for Duryodhana? Shakuni. So if your company is Shakuni, whether you get from the best master, if your company is not good, what will happen? You become negative. Okay, so look at your company, whether they are good or not. If there is some Shakuni sitting beside you, and where is this Shakuni from? Shakuni is from which place? Gandhar Naresh. Where is Gandhar Naresh? Which is that place Gandhar? That is Kandahar. Kandahar is in Afghanistan. So Mahabharata says, the story says, don't have company with Afghanistani people. You will become, even today that's true. Is it not?
Yes.
It's true even today. So you must have Krishna along with you, who will give you nice advices. And who is this Krishna? Krishna is the Atma, and your activity is Arjuna. Your activity should be not controlled by Manas. Activity should never be controlled by Buddhi. It should be controlled by Atma. But our Atma will not control anything. It's like the court in the government system. You know what will happen? The court, what they will do? After the incidents happen, they will say it should not have been done. That's what they do right now. For us also it happens. We do something, and after some time, oh, I should not have done this. Don't we say this every time?
Yeah.
We scold somebody and say, oh, I should not have done this. We give something to somebody and say, oh, I should not have been given this. Who is telling you this? Oh, I should not have been done. Who says? It's not Manas, it is Atma. Assume you want to have ice cream. The feeling comes from Manas. Buddhi says, don't eat ice cream. Last week you ate, you had throat pain. And Manas will say, let me have it now, yeah. And the Buddhi will say, no, yeah, keep quiet. The Buddhi and Manas starts fighting. And ultimately, Buddhi will win. Okay? Because you take a lot of logic and say that ice cream, no, there are veg ice cream, non-veg ice cream. This hotel uses bad ice creams. This is not very good, don't eat. And it will tell the Manas, keep quiet, don't eat. We will give you nice ice cream in a better shop. And then somehow you will reach home, you will skip that. And night, what will happen in the dreams? The ice cream will be in your dreams. Any unsatisfied desires, what is that giving you? Dreams in your life. If you are totally satisfied, you will have a deep sleep. How many of you have deep sleep? How do you know? As soon as you wake up, do you get up? Whenever you feel sleepy, you go to bed. Otherwise, don't go to bed. How many of you are like that? If you feel sleepy only, you go. As soon as you wake up, you must get up. Sure? No. Most of the people, 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, we have to go to bed. And then do you get really sleep? You don't. And as soon as you wake up, you will listen the sound of the paper boy, milk boy, somebody is cleaning the vessel, the next neighbor is opening the window, door, the cycle fellow is going, you enjoy all that because they are all working, I will enjoy. Does it not happen? You don't get up. You want solutions for this? How many people feel that you want to get up as soon as you wake up? You want to change your life from tomorrow? You want to get up as soon as you wake up. You want to change?
Yes.
You will follow what I say?
Yes.
100%?
Yes.
Very good. Today, before going to bed, drink 6 liters of water. What will happen? Morning 3 o'clock you will wake up. Right now? Otherwise you will spoil your bed. Now where did I start? All the chemistry depends on water and air. I give one example for water. I will give one more example for air and stop it. Okay. Now when you get the chapter is close to that because I can continue on that for long, but I am not trying to do that. When you get angry, I said you use, what do you say? I told you 100 times. And for getting angry, you don't require any reason. And why do you get angry? Because you have an authority to get angry. No other reason. Yes or no?
Yes.
അല്ലേ? നമ്മൾ ആരെങ്കിലും വഴക്ക് പറയുന്നത് എന്തുകൊണ്ടാ? അയാൾ തിരിച്ചൊന്നും പറയില്ല എന്നുള്ള ധൈര്യമാണ്. തിരിച്ചൊരു പ്രാവശ്യം പറയുമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാലോ പിന്നെ മിണ്ടാണ്ടിരുന്നോളൂ. This is what happens because we have an authority. People say that I have love to you. If a mother scolds a child, എന്തിനാ പറയുന്നത്? കുട്ടി നന്നാവാനാണോ പറയുന്നത്? ഒരു ക്ലാസ് വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കും അവിടെ. മകൾ അറിയാണ്ട് പോകുമ്പോ തട്ടി താഴെ വീണ എന്താ പറയാ? രണ്ട് കണ്ണിൽ എനിക്ക് ഇല്ലേ തുടങ്ങും വഴക്ക് പറയാൻ തുടങ്ങും. The whole day the story starts and then they ends the whole evening. It's all spoiled. Next day morning again they will take if they don't have any other job. എന്തെങ്കിലും പണിയുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ചെയ്യില്ല, പക്ഷെ അതല്ലെങ്കിൽ അടുത്ത ദിവസവും തന്നെയായിരിക്കും. ഇനി അതേ സമയം ഈ ഗ്ലാസ് തട്ടി അമ്മയാന്ന് വിചാരിക്കാം, എന്താ പറയാ? ഇതാണ് എവിടെ കൊണ്ടുവച്ചത്? ഇവിടെയാണോ ഗ്ലാസ് വെക്കാൻ? എത്ര ഫാസ്റ്റ് ആയിട്ടാ ഷിഫ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാന്നറിയോ? അത് എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് അങ്ങനെ പറയുന്നത്? ബൈ ചാൻസ് ഞാൻ വന്നു വിചാരിക്കും ഒരു ഗസ്റ്റ് ആയിട്ടാ നിങ്ങളുടെ വീട്ടിൽ ആരുടെങ്കിലും അറിയാണ്ട് എന്റെ കൈ കൊണ്ട് ഗ്ലാസ് തട്ടി താഴെ വീണു. എന്താ പറയാ? അത് സാറില്ല കേട്ടോ, ഗ്ലാസ് അല്ലേ, താഴെ വീണപ്പോട്ട് ഒരു പ്രോബ്ലം, ഇതിപ്പോ ക്ലീൻ ചെയ്താൽ ക്ലീൻ ആവുന്ന പ്രശ്നമല്ലേ ഉള്ളൂ. പക്ഷെ സ്വന്തം മക്കളോട് പറയില്ല. ആരോടാ ശരിക്കും അങ്ങനെ പറയേണ്ടത്? മക്കളോടാണ്. We always don't understand the difference between love and authority. We consider love is authority. Love is not authority. എനിക്കൊരു ഫ്ലവർ ഇഷ്ടമാണ്, നല്ലൊരു പൂ കണ്ട് ഭയങ്കര ഇഷ്ടമാണ്. അടുത്ത സ്റ്റെപ്പ് എന്താണ്? അത് പറിച്ച് എൻ്റെ വീട്ടിൽ കൊണ്ടുവെക്കാനാണ് അല്ലേ? അടുത്ത വീട്ടിൽ അയാൾ വെള്ളം ഒഴിച്ചിട്ട് വളർത്തുമ്പോൾ ഫ്ലവർ നമുക്ക് കണ്ടുകൂടെ സുഖമായിട്ട്? പിന്നെ നമ്മളെന്താ പറിച്ച് ഇവിടെ കൊണ്ടുവെക്കണം? നമ്മൾ എന്താ ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്? ചെടിയൊക്കെ മേടിച്ച് എല്ലാ വീട്ടുകാർക്കും ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്യണം അടുത്ത വീട്ടിലൊക്കെ. നമ്മുടെ വീട്ടിലൊന്നും ചെയ്യരുത്. കാരണം അതിങ്ങനെ കണ്ടുകൊണ്ട് രസിച്ചൂടെ അല്ലേ? It's a nice way of looking at it. See, look at the problem slightly different. You can enjoy. Now you have a liking for a color. Nice dress. അത് മേടിച്ചാൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് മനസ്സെന്താ പറയുന്നത്? I want that color. I want that dress. You wear it. Can you see your dress? You have to go and stand in front of the mirror, right? No? But assume you give it to your husband or wife. You can always see, no? So which is good? Whatever you like, you give it to somebody else. You like a nice shirt, don't wear it. Give it to your friend who is always with you. Because you can see that. Nothing can be taken inside your heart, right? No? Can you take anything inside your manas? The all desire comes from your manas, but you cannot fill your manas. You can only take it close to your body. That's all right, no? Not more than that. So why do you have that attraction to them? Now this desire is what is causing you angry. And when you get angry, what happens? I said you start scolding, you lose your brain, you cannot use your brain. Because when you get angry, the sufficient chemistry does not go to the brain. Therefore the download does not happen. There will be a lot of traffic jam. Air is a must for all the processes. When you take air, it is divided into 5 different parts. One for thinking, one for drinking, the blood circulation, one for digesting, one for vomiting, one for controlling the breath. These are the 5 different steps. Pranavana, Pyanodhana, Samana, Meshudyandam. That's how the tradition says. So Pranan, Apanan, Upanan, all the Vayu is different. Even for vomiting outside, you have to have a air that is already stored in your body. Every breath stores one portion for vomiting. Because if some food comes, you have to vomit it outside. You have to cough it outside for that purpose. So this is already taken care of. Now when you get angry, what happens? Your breathing rate will change. Does it not happen? When you are worried, when you are in a hurry, when you eat more curry, your breathing rate will change. Now, does it not change? Yeah. When you are in a hurry, what happens? Again breathing rate will change. When you are worried, breathing rate will change. Breathing rate is changing. Why? Because your brain says, I want lot of oxygen, breathe. What you will do? To get more oxygen, you know only to breathe more number of times. But breathing more number of times will never give you good air. A long breath is good for good oxygen requirement. That's why when you get more tension, sometime breathing rate will not change. It takes a deep breath, and that will be your last breath. That's what happens during heart attack. When you have full tension, you require a lot of air and goes. Assume you practice how to take a long breath in your life. That's what is pranayama. Such people never get heart attack. And such people know how to breathe faster. Therefore what happens? When you get angry, automatically breathing rate change requirement will come from the brain. The brain will say, I want more oxygen. Then your practice already know how to give you maximum air. It will tell you. Now assume you get angry. Okay, now what you should do? Hold your fingers like this, cross your fingers like this, stretch it up and take a deep breath. And stretch it out and hit your neighbor. Now what is that you were thinking just before taking this breath? You will forget. This is what happens. So when you get angry, what you should do? You want to scold your wife? Tell your wife, stand there, hold your hands like this. Because to listen to her scolding also you need lot of energy. I also need lot of energy. So we are getting ready for scolding, right? So, hold your hands like this. Do this exercise at home. And just then you will forget what is that you wanted to scold. So any delay in scolding is good. And the delay happens only when you don't have breath. So take a deep breath. If you do have a pranayama practice, liyade mana. The manas can be liyade. Liyade means it can be diluted. Your manas will get diluted. You will become very smooth. So anything can be accepted to the manas. You will become tuned to that. So that's what you should practice. That's why we have a tradition in the yoga. Yama, niyama, pranayama, asana, etc., etc. Dhyana, dharana, samadhi. Samadhi is death. It's not death. You feel like dying. That means what? Your brain will not work. Death is what? Brain death. Generally that's what we call as brain death. So when you drive, you are casual. When you live, you will become casual. If you are learning to drive, any small disturbance will disturb you. If you are an expert driver, no disturbance for you. Whatever happens, right now? In life, we have never learned how to live. If you know how to live, a small disturbance will never disturb you. So good driving is like good living. You must be a good practitioner of life. Very simple life is the best life. The more complicated, sophisticated you become that troublesome. Very simple, accidental, natural, not sophisticated. Become as natural as you can, as accidental as you can, as much as you can from your feelings. Have good feelings. We always feel like talking to somebody. The next moment we say, let him come and talk to me. Why should I talk to him? Correct, no? You go for a marriage, what you will do? You will stand like this. Let somebody come and introduce, then I will talk to them. But instead of that, why can't you? That's what it is. So be with the people. Only human beings have this capability. Only human being. The difference between a human being and animal is, what is the difference? Thinking, human beings thinks, animal also think. Smiling, oh, you see, nice animals are smiling better many times. Vivejana Buddhi thought they also have. They can also understand which is the food that can be eaten, not eaten. Dreams, they also dream. Not imagination. Only difference is no dog will give lecture, no dogs will listen to lectures. Have you seen any animal giving lecture, animal sitting like this? Teaching and learning. Learning and teaching. Take the lessons, use it whenever you want. Take the lesson, propagate it by teaching. So being trainers are the best way to become human being. That's why Vivekananda says education is man-making. Education is man-making. The more you learn, education is not getting certificates, but education is what is to be used for people. Lokanam upakaraya, what can be used for human being, such education you must have. And if you become that, it's not getting agitated. The energy is not getting agitated. But energy is not to fight to people also. All our traditional rishis had Veda in the front. Agradas Chaduro Veda, Prishtajas Shasharam Dhanur. They also had weapons on their back. Does it not? Each one of them carried weapons on their back. But you will try this education first. If somebody does not listen, what you will do? Slap them, doesn't matter. You must have that power. And each one of us should learn where you should become powerful, you can become. Where you should not show the power, you should never show power. That capability you should have. Anima, mahima chaiva, leghima, garima, dada, ishittum cha, vashittum cha, prapti, pragashyameva cha. The best personality is the personality where anima, mahima chaiva. You can become the smallest and you can become the largest. Don't you do that? You go to a boss, what will happen? You will become smallest. You go to your wife, you become largest. Every police fellow, when they go back home, they become not police. As they put the dress, they become police outside. Does it not happen? So you know how to balance your feelings. When you go to your mother, you become a beta. When you go to your daughter, you become father. We take different roles. But if you can play this role better in your life, that's the best. Anima, mahima, leghima, garima, ishitvam, vashitvam cha. Assume you can influence people, influence them. But when you see somebody else where you should get influenced, just surrender to them. That capability you should have. This is called a Manimadishta Siddhika. Each one of us have in relatively different ways. But if you can learn the best, you become the best personality. So best control of breath. Breathing has to be very good controlled breathing. And then you should have good drinking water. That's the best solution for most of the problems. You want to fight somebody? Scold your wife? Stop. One is breathing. Second one, give 1 liter of water. Take 1 liter of water. You finish this, then I will scold you. Assume you want to scold again, what you should do? 1 more liter. Okay? Few liters after that, what you will feel? You will go there, right? No? As soon as you go there, finish there, and then flush it and say no problem. What do you say? Say no problem? No. Repeat. No. Not enough. No. Whatever problems comes, you keep on saying no problem. Say. No. Do you try?
Yes.
You hit somebody, say no problem. They will hit you back, you should say no problem. Okay? You get the bus stand, you miss a bus, what you should say?
No
problem. Because when you miss a bus, you can get into many buses. Once you get into a bus, you miss many buses. So which is good? Right? So when you miss a bus, you get many chances. But once you get into a bus, so once you get married, you miss a lot of chances. So life can be as happy as you can. Just enjoy every moment. Every moment must be enjoyed. You must have lot of such moments in your life, then you are the richest. The richness is the moment which you have. So for that, Nimisham Jodidam Sreyam Nadu Dhumayidum Chiram. Be like a fire in this world. Never be like a smoke. Nimisham Jolidam Sreyam Nadu Dhumayidum Chiram. Repeat it once. Nimisham Jolidam Sreyam Nadu Dhumayidum Chiram. Don't be like a smoke in this world, but be like a fire. How much time you will become a fire doesn't matter. It's enough. 20 years life, 30 years life, that's enough. But while living, what you should do? Live like a fire. Show your presence, your absence will be felt. You understood what I said? Show your presence, your absence will be felt. If you don't show your presence, your absence will never be felt. So what is to be done? Wherever you go, whatever opportunity you get, show your presence. Now I think I spoke more than 40 minutes. Sorry, 10 minutes extra. I'm very strict in my timings, but it so happens sometime. When I see a new audience, I make a difference. And I'm sure, did I show my presence? Yes. Can you forget me in your life? No. That's it. So if you can show your presence, little bit of time is enough in your life. Little bit of time, one interaction, one fraction is enough sometime. So I think try to make a difference in somebody's life. If you can make a difference in somebody's life, your life is done. Okay, so that's what I try to do. So I think that's my strength. Wherever I go, I have people to say that, oh, you made me a difference. Today I was supposed to come here at 3 o'clock. I just called somebody where I was supposed to meet. I just met somebody in Kurkanjeri, whom I met in one of the NSS meeting at Delhi. I just spoke there 10 minutes. So as soon as I came out, somebody gave me a card and said, sir, your card I require. So we just started exchanging the card. And then he started sending me emails. You know, each email is a lesson for me. Each email is a PowerPoint presentation for me. Each email is an extract of some book for me. And he says, you are a good speaker. So I thought that I will contribute something to you where you can speak. I don't speak generally. So let you use all this information. And he is from Trichy. So he just called me today morning. So I came there. And I thought he was a great man. I never know that. The Honorable Ramakrishnan was there for lunch together for us today. So the MLA was there for lunch. So he said, no. Then he introduced me to all those people. He had an array of people around with just 10 minutes talk. Just 10 minutes talk. Then he said, in 10 minutes, Shashi Kumar, no, love it fast side, that's what he said. So it's easy. And he's a very rich man. You don't have to be rich. You know, few rich people, that's enough. That's richness, right? No? You don't have to be famous. You know, few famous people, that's enough. Said, what is the way to attract people? Good interpersonal relationships. Good interpersonal relationships. I never know Ajay. You know you? He doesn't know me. It's just one of his cousin is there in Hyderabad, where we are close friends, and he was my senior in my office. And his cousin told him that there is somebody like this. I'm not a known person in Kerala. But then we just met for 10 minutes or 15 minutes. From Edapal he travelled and reached Iringalakkuda at 7:30 or 8 o'clock at night. Then I said, the last bus is at 8:30, you must leave fast. So 20 minutes he had, I just left the book with him. But that interaction made him to talk about me to his guru. And this is what happens. So if you know somebody, the relation will go. You carry somebody, you start talking about him. So try to be in somebody's heart, not somebody's, as many people as you can. And that's what social being is. That's what human being is. Human being is being human. Okay, just be human, that's enough. The more human you are, you will automatically be carried by people and they will take care of you. You will not have to be worried. So try to be a human being, and human beings have only one quality, learning and teaching. So try to learn as much as you can. Try to teach as many people as you can.
Because art of presentation. ഏതെങ്കിലും പറയാനുള്ള മനസ്സിലുണ്ടാവുണ്ടല്ലോ, അതാണ് ഗ്രേറ്റ്നെസ് എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നത്. നോളജ് ആർക്കും വായിച്ച പോലെ ഉണ്ടാക്കിയില്ല. ഇവരൊക്കെ ട്രെയിനിങ് കിട്ടി ആർട്ട് ഓഫ് പ്രസന്റേഷൻ. പക്ഷെ ഇവിടെ വന്ന് ഇദ്ദേഹത്തെ പോലൊരു മഹത്തായ വ്യക്തി നമ്മുടെ മുമ്പിൽ നിന്ന് സംസാരിക്കാൻ വരുമ്പോൾ അത് നോ ഒഫീഷ്യൽ ഇൻവിറ്റേഷൻ ആയിട്ടാണ്. ഇതൊക്കെ എനിക്കും ലെസനാണ്. എനിക്കും ലെസൺ. കാരണം ഒരു ഒഫീഷ്യൽ ഇൻവിറ്റേഷൻ പോലും ശരി, ഐ ആം വില്ലിംഗ് ടു കം ആൻഡ് മീറ്റ് പീപ്പിൾ ലൈക്ക് അപ്പൊ അദ്ദേഹം ലാസ്റ്റ് പറഞ്ഞ മെസ്സേജ് അദ്ദേഹം പ്രൂവ് ചെയ്യണം എന്താ, ഹ്യൂമൻ ബീങ് മീൻസ് ബീങ് ബിഹൈൻഡ് ദിസ് എ ഗ്രേറ്റ് പേഴ്സണാലിറ്റി. ഇത് നമ്മുടെ ജീവിതത്തിൽ പകർത്തി. നിങ്ങൾ ആലോചിച്ചു, ഈ നോളജ് ഇതേമാതിരി ഹൺഡ്രഡ്സോ ക്ലാസ്സസ് കിട്ടി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ വരുന്ന മാറ്റം എന്തായിരിക്കും? ശരിയല്ല, അങ്ങനെയുള്ളൊരു വലിയ ഒരു നോളജിന്റെ ഓർഡറിലേക്കാണ് വിഷൻ ഡെവലപ്പേഴ്സ് നിങ്ങളൊക്കെ കൊണ്ടുപോകുന്നത്. അപ്പോ ഈ ഒരു മൈൻഡ് സെറ്റിലേക്ക് നിങ്ങളൊക്കെ വളർന്നു വരണം. അപ്പൊ പറയാറുണ്ടല്ലോ, നോളജിന്റെ വാല്യൂ മനസ്സിലായില്ലേ? പിന്നെ ഒരു സുപ്രഭാതത്തിലത് ഒന്ന് പറയണട്ടോ, നാളെ പോയിട്ട് ഞാൻ ഫുൾ ടൈം യു ടേക്ക് ടൈം, ഫുൾ ടൈം ആവുന്നുണ്ട്, ബട്ട് ടേക്ക് ടൈം ടു റീഡ് ദ ബുക്സ്. നല്ല പുസ്തകങ്ങൾ വായിക്കും. ഞാൻ സാർ സംസാരിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഞാനൊരു നഷ്ടബോധത്തിലായിരുന്നു. കാരണം ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ ഫാദറിൽ നിന്നും പഠിക്കാതെ പോയൊരു സാറുള്ളൂ, സാൻസ്ക്രിറ്റ്. കാരണം എൻ്റെ ഫാദർ വൈദ്യരായിരുന്നു, ഒരുപാട് വായിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. വീട്ടിലെപ്പോഴും സംസ്കൃത ശ്ലോകങ്ങൾ കേൾക്കണം. പക്ഷെ അന്ന് നമുക്ക് ഇതിന്റെ വാല്യൂ, കാരണം അങ്ങനെ ഒരു ഫീലിംഗ് നേരത്തെ പോലെ കുട്ടികൾക്ക് നമ്മൾ അങ്ങനെയായിരുന്നില്ല, നമുക്കത് വലിയൊരു സംഭവമായി തോന്നിയില്ല. അപ്പൊ ഞാൻ ഇപ്പോഴും ആലോചിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്, കാരണം ആ ഭാഷയുടെ അർത്ഥം അറിയാം. പക്ഷെ ഇതായപ്പോഴാണ് അറിഞ്ഞത്. അന്നേ കറക്റ്റ് നമുക്ക് ഫാദറിനെ നമ്മളാണ് ആക്സെപ്റ്റ് ചെയ്ത മൈൻഡ് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. ബേസിക്കലി നമുക്ക് ഒരുപാട് അറിയാം, ഇനിയും അറിയാം. ഇതിന് മനസ്സിലായിട്ട് ഏറ്റവും വലിയ കാര്യം എന്താണ്? അറിവ് അദ്ദേഹം എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നു? ഷെയർ ചെയ്യും. എന്തിനു വേണ്ടി ഷെയർ ചെയ്യും? അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് ഈ അറിവ് കൊടുത്തുകൊണ്ട് മറ്റുള്ളവർ നന്നാവണം. പോസിറ്റീവ് തോട്ട്സിൽ തന്നെ അല്ലേ? പോസിറ്റീവ് തോട്ട്സിൽ തന്നെ അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് നോളജ് ഡിസ്പ്ലേ ചെയ്യുന്നതല്ല, അങ്ങനെ വരേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ല ഇവിടെ അല്ലേ? ശരി, നമ്മളെ കൂടെ സാധാരണക്കാർക്ക് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ആൾക്കാർ വിളിക്കുന്നു, സാധാരണക്കാരെല്ലാവർക്കും മനസ്സിലായി. ഇനി അദ്ദേഹം തന്ന ആശയങ്ങളെ അങ്ങനെ തന്നെ സ്വീകരിക്കല്ല നിങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യുന്നു. നിങ്ങൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നു? റിഫ്ലക്ട്. ഞാനല്ല, സാറല്ല, വിവേകനല്ല, ആരല്ല, ഇത്ര ഹയർ പേഴ്സൺസ് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് തോട്ട്സ് തരുമ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നു? തിങ്ക്. നമ്മൾ ചിന്തിക്കണം, റിഫ്ലക്ഷൻ. ചിന്തിച്ചിട്ട് നല്ല തോട്ട്സ് ആണെങ്കിൽ ഓട്ടോമാറ്റിക് റിഫ്ലക്ഷൻ എങ്ങനെയായിരിക്കും? അതിങ്ങനെ കയറി, അതിന്റെ ക്രീം നമ്മൾ വിളിക്കുമ്പോൾ there will be a constant. The learning എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണ്? It's a constant change in the behavior. Constant change ആണ്. ഇത് കേട്ടു, കുറച്ച് ഇത് പുറത്തേക്ക് പോകുമ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾ കുറച്ച് നാളെങ്കിലും ഇത്തരം പുസ്തകം ഇത്തരം ക്ലാസ്സിൽ കണ്ടിന്യൂസ് ആയി കേട്ട് യു എംപവർ യുവർസെൽഫ്. അപ്പൊ ഭയങ്കര പവർഫുൾ ആയി. ഇത് നിങ്ങൾ ശരിക്കും പറയുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ലൈഫിന്റെ ഒരു ഭാഗം എങ്ങനെ ലിസൺ ടു സച്ച് ടോക്സ്. സാറിനൊക്കെ നമ്മളിവിടെ ക്ലാസ്സസ് അറേഞ്ച് ചെയ്യാൻ മനസ്സിൽ ഒരു ക്ലാസ് ഒരുപാട് ഇങ്ങനെ നമുക്ക് ഒരുപാട് എമിനന്റ് പേഴ്സണാലിറ്റീസിനെ കൊണ്ടുപോകാം. ഞാനൊരു ടൂളാണ്. ഐ ആം എ ടൂൾ ടു കണക്ട് ഓൾ ദ ഫോഴ്സസ് ഓഫ് ദ വേൾഡ്. അങ്ങനെ വളർന്നു വരുന്ന ഒരു ജനറേഷൻ, ആ ജനറേഷന്റെ ഒരു ഫോർമേഷനാണ് ഇപ്പൊ നമ്മൾ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. സാറിന് ഐഡിയ ഷെയർ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ഞാൻ തെല്ലത്, കാരണം നമ്മൾ ആരംഭിച്ച നമ്മുടെ മൂവ്മെന്റ് തെറ്റിയില്ലേ? ശരിയല്ല. കാരണം നമ്മുടെ വിഷൻ യൂണിവേഴ്സിൽ കൊണ്ടുവരുന്ന വിഷൻ എന്താണ്? ലേണിംഗ്, 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 എൻജോയ്മെന്റ്. പിന്നെ അത് ബൈ പ്രൊഡക്റ്റാണ്. ആ ഭാഗത്ത് ഫസ്റ്റ് രണ്ട് കാര്യം ലേണിംഗ് ആൻഡ് ലേണിംഗ്. ലേണിംഗ് ഈസ് ബെസ്റ്റ്, നോട്ട് കോംപ്രമൈസ്. നടക്കണം. That's why I request you to learn a lot. നന്നായി വായിക്കുക, എല്ലാ പുസ്തകങ്ങളും വായിക്കുക, നല്ലൊരുമായിട്ട് ഇൻട്രാക്ട് ചെയ്യുക, നല്ല ആശയങ്ങൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കുക. യു ആർ നോട്ട് അലോൺ വെൻ യു ആർ അക്കമൻഡ് ബൈ നോബിൾ തോട്ട്സ്. മഹത്തായ ചിന്തകൾ നമ്മുടെ കൂടി ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ അങ്ങനെയുണ്ട്, അങ്ങനെ ആവാനും പറ്റില്ല. സോ യു മസ്റ്റ്, അത് വേണം, കെയറിംഗ് ലൈഫ് ആൻഡ് ലൈഫ് ടു എവ്രി ഹോം. ഭയങ്കര മെസ്സേജില്ല. Carry life and light to everyone. എല്ലാ വീട്ടിലേക്കും നമ്മൾ എത്തിക്കുക. As an Indian, it's our dharma. നമ്മുടെ ധർമ്മമാണ്. എല്ലാ വീട്ടിലും ഈ അറിവെത്തിക്കുക. അപ്പൊ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ലഭിക്കുന്നത്, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇനി hundreds of talks വരും, right? Hundreds of, see, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് listen to a lot of talks of great people. ഇത് നമ്മൾ സ്പ്രെഡ് ചെയ്താണ്. Go and tell the people that we have got a talk. ഇന്ന് വരാത്തവർക്ക് വലിയ നഷ്ടമായി. ആ നഷ്ടം അവർക്ക് ഫീൽ ചെയ്യാണ്ടിരിക്കും. നിങ്ങൾ പോയി പറയണമല്ലോ, അങ്ങനെ കഷ്ടമായി സെൽഫിഷ്, ഒരിക്കലും അങ്ങനെ ചെയ്യരുത്. നിങ്ങൾ ഇന്ന് പോയിട്ട് പറയണം, ഇത്ര തോട്ട്സുകളാണ് ഞാൻ ലഭിച്ചത്. അത് പറയുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ ഉണ്ടാവും ഫീലിംഗ് ഡൂയിങ് ദ റൈറ്റ് കാര്യം. There is nothing wrong with this. Only wrong attitude. നമുക്കത് മാത്രമേ. Let us create a new history. സാറിനെ പോലെ ആൾക്കാർ പോകുന്നു. നമ്മൾ ബ്ലെസ്സി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഇതിനൊക്കെ വലിയ അംഗീകാരം ഞാനൊന്നും കാണുന്നു. അജയ് എന്ന വ്യക്തി ഒരു നിമിത്തമായിട്ടായിരുന്നു സാർ ശശികുമാർ സാർ വേണ്ടി ബുക്ക് വായിക്കുന്നു. ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു വരുന്നു, എത്ര അറിവുണ്ടാണെങ്കിലും എത്ര എന്തെങ്കിലും ആർട്ട് ഓഫ് ഗിവിംഗ്, അതാണ് ആദ്യം. കൊടുക്കും. കാരണം യു മേക്ക് എ ലൈഫ് ബൈ ഗിവിംഗ്. കൊടുത്തിട്ട് ജീവിതം ഉണ്ടാകും. കൊടുക്കുമ്പോൾ തന്നെയാണ് ജീവിതം ഉണ്ടാകുന്നത്. കാരണം ഒന്നും നമ്മുടെ ഇല്ലല്ലോ, ഒന്നും കൊണ്ടുവന്നിട്ടില്ല. ബി ജനറസ്. റിയൽ റിച്ച് പേഴ്സൺ മീൻസ് ഈസ് ഓൾവേസ് ജനറസ്. ഭയങ്കര ജനറസ് ആണ്. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് സാറിനൊക്കെ സംസാരിച്ചത്. സോ ഇന്ന് പലരുടെ ഉറക്കം പോയിക്കാണ്. നീ ഉറങ്ങുമ്പോൾ ക്ഷീണം വന്നാൽ ഉറങ്ങുള്ളൂ പ്ലീസ്. സാറ് പറഞ്ഞോ, കുറേ കാര്യങ്ങൾ നമുക്ക് എത്രയോ പറയാം. ശരിക്കും നിങ്ങൾ ആലോചിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടാകും, നമുക്ക് വളരെ നേരത്തെ തന്നെ ഇത്തരം അറിവുകൾ കിട്ടുമായിരുന്നെങ്കിൽ അല്ലേ, എത്രയോ നമുക്ക് ആ ലെവലില്. അപ്പൊ നോളജ് അനുസരിച്ച് ഒന്ന് കുറച്ച് കിട്ടിയത്. ഹയർ നോളജ് ഹയർ ലൈഫ്, ഹയർ നോളജ് ഹയർ ലൈഫ്. ഉയർന്ന അറിവ് വരുമ്പോൾ ഉയർന്ന ലൈഫ് വരും. അപ്പൊ ശരിക്കൊരു മനുഷ്യന് ആദ്യം വേണ്ട സംഗതി എന്താണ്? ഉയർന്ന ഉന്നതമായിട്ടുള്ള ആ സ്വാത്വിക് ലൈഫിലേക്കുള്ള ആ സ്വാത്വിക് ലെവലുള്ള തോട്ട്സുകൾ നമുക്ക് വളരെ ചെറുപ്പത്തില് കിട്ടിയിരുന്നുവെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് അത്ര ലൈഫ് എന്നെ ആരംഭിക്കാൻ ശരിയല്ല. ബട്ട് താങ്ക് ഗോഡ് നമുക്ക് ഇത്രയും കിട്ടിയിരുന്നു. വിശ്വസിക്കണം. ഇനി നമ്മുടെ ലൈഫിൽ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ ഗ്രേറ്റ്നെസ് എന്താ? മേക്ക് അതേഴ്സ് ഗ്രേറ്റ്. മറ്റുള്ള ലൈഫിന് ഗ്രേറ്റ് ആക്കാൻ നമ്മുടെ ലൈഫിൽ ഗ്രേറ്റ്നെസ്. നമ്മൾ ഗ്രേറ്റ് ആവേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ല. അതാണ് പറഞ്ഞത്. എങ്ങനെ റിച്ച് ആവണം, പക്ഷെ റിച്ച് ശരി ആ ടൈമിൽ റിച്ച് ആയി പോകും. അതിന്റെ സിസ്റ്റം ഇത് നിങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യണം. സോ ലെറ്റ്സ് ഗിവ് എ ബിഗ് ക്ലാപ്പ് ടു great ഇനി നിങ്ങൾ കുറച്ച് നേരം നെക്സ്റ്റ്